There we go. All right, so for those, there's only three of us in here for now, so everybody else start falling in later. But yeah, if you don't know how to load up previous days, just go load up, connect to Bullinox or Lilu, whatever your prop firm is.
Uh,
Connect to that. Go to Tools. Go to Import Historical Data.
yeah.
And
And
then
then
over here, go to Get Market Data. Choose what you want to trade first, like GC. And I normally load the previous Friday, or you can load any day in the past and hit download. And you have to do this for each one. So if you want to practice GC, NQ, you have to do that for each one that you want to load. Because you can load more than one. You can load NQ, GC, you can load MNQ, whatever you want. You could do multiple. Just hit download each time. After you download all of them, you just close that out. And then you go to connections and you disconnect from whatever prop firm you're connected to.
you go
And
and
then,
hit playback.
and then you connect to playback and do the same thing.
All
Select.
right, so which one are we gonna do today? Should I do both or just do I'm just gonna do the NQ.
I load all of them, but you could just do NQ. But
Oh,
I do all of them because after I get off here, I probably still practice a little bit. Yeah,
gotcha.
just you just hit download for each one. YM, NQ, download. Wait till it's finished, and from there go to GC, download. You just download however many you want, and then when you're finished, then you just hit continue, and then that's when you get the little playback thing over here, and it will load up all the things that you loaded.
Gotcha.
Now on here, you got to choose. Make sure you have that on the 20th also, so they both should be on the 20th.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to eat nothing yet today. Little man got
I
karate
just
class.
I just stuffed something in me.
Yeah, he had to go to karate class, so you know.
Yeah, gotta make sure little man is right.
Yeah.
He had to take care of himself. He is only child.
That
And he
boy
can't be
schedule
running to his dad and pop pop.
his schedule be packed on the weekend.
Well, good. Active mind means active. When you let them be too idle, their mind get to thinking about dumb stuff.
Yeah, next year I think I'm gonna put him in boxing.
Okay.
Still karate. He's still gonna do karate, but I'm gonna throw him in some boxing too. He gotta have a mean hook, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. All right, more people flowing on in here now. Come on in. Uh,
Dee trying to get in.
she, let's see.
Can you
Did
send
she click on the link?
Nope, I
Hello?
didn't get the link, and I don't know. I don't think Marvin is driving, so I'm
Oh,
not sure
okay.
if it normally doesn't come through.
Did you send Dee?
He gonna send it.
Oh,
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Let's see where marketing AI.
Just saying.
Let's see. What was the last name again? I can't remember the last name. Uh,
Oh, good.
so you can hear.
Hey everyone.
Good
hey,
morning.
what's going on?
It's Watson, Mr. H.
I'm trying to remember what the email was. Perry. That's why I started with Perry.
1234 Gmail.
Yeah, I had to remember what the email was. It was Perry Cortez. Man, there we go. All right, yeah. All right, I sent the email to her.
Okay, but that's not me, Mr. H. That's Lovey.
Yeah, she said he said she needed the email. I mean the login.
Mhm. Hey family, how y'all doing?
Good.
You need to log in too?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, Mr. H. These internet gremlins after us. They won't let us get into class.
Let's see. What's your email start with? All right.
MYHARISIN
MIJ.
1234 @gmail.com. My hair is in.
Can he hear you?
Unless you cut it off.
No, they cut it off. It's still
You
on.
can hear me then. Thank you.
There you go, sent.
Hey, thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Oh, no problem. All right, and all I loaded up was Friday. Loaded up Friday. Let's fast forward the time a little bit to about 8:30.
8 a.m.
8:30. I do about 8:30 because we normally get here about 8 o'clock anyway, so I'll fast forward to 8:30.
Not 8:37, 8:30, Thunder.
And of course, we're just gonna practice NQ today.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna remove all my levels, and I'm gonna start from scratch on the levels. Remove all drawings.
I'm trying to get my.
Oh, echo, echo, echo. All right, so we're removing all drawings.
Yeah, move all drawings, and I'm gonna start over.
Okay, so we're going to drawing tools.
Yeah, if you want to remove all yours, just go to drawing tools, and at the bottom it says remove all drawings.
Remove all drawings.
Yep, and treat the practice just like it's a regular trade day because it's right now I got it at 8:30 on Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at 8:30.53. Yeah, on Friday. Got you.
Yep. And of course we go to the daily, we mark off the high and low of the daily.
Charts.
You can just have show data box right next to you. That
Yep.
way anything you hover over will have the high and the low on there. So
Exactly
the
what
high is 984.75.
Yep.
So
Low
984.75.
is 79100.
All right. And the low is 791. Double click on that line. 791. And make sure you change the colors as well. So that one is green. The low is green. The high is red. All right, and that's all I really mark off on the daily chart is the high and the low. only time I mark off anything else is if it's close to another level. So right here, I notice right here is a triple threat on the daily. So I'll mark off a triple threat on the daily because it's close. It's not that close, but it's still right here. It's still within view. There's another one way up here, but that's far. That's on a daily chart. That's far up there. But this one is pretty close. And on my daily levels, I keep a white line so it stands out.
All right, you way ahead of me. 3.
All right. So the only thing I mark on here is the high and the low of the day on the daily chart, which is a 1440. And the only levels I mark up is if they're within a decent distance.
Echo. So what did you mark off that's a decent you was ahead of me on
This
that?
triple threat right here. This daily triple threat, the white line.
Okay, so I'm going to put a white line on that.
Yeah.
F6.
And then as I do that, I go down to
the numbers on that one?
The number on that one is 289.
24289.
All right, and then I go down to the 4 hour, and I just go in order. Just go down to the 4 hour, and I see if anything on the 4 hour stands out. All right, so I start at the very beginning. I don't skip around. I start at the very beginning, and I just go left and see if I can see any gaps. I don't see any gaps in here. I don't see any 3 or more. Up here you go, 3 or more. I see one right there, but it touched it. As soon as I see 3 or more, I just go to the right and see if anything went past it. So that went past it. These 2 went past it right here. So I'm not gonna mark this one, even though it's 4 going up. It was already touched once here and then twice here. So I'm gonna keep going. You're gonna see if I see anything 3 or more. This one right here is 3 or more going down, but if you look right, it's already been touched here, already been through it. So I'm not gonna count that one. The only one that I see that hasn't been touched yet is the one way up here. I see that hasn't been touched yet. And it's high up there, but it's right above that daily. So I'm still gonna put a line there too.
So this is the 4 hour. What's the numbers on that one?
Hold on, Tommy. I'll get to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up.
All right, hit that. You can either right click, you can hit the little mouse, the little small mouse button in the middle, or once again, you could go ahead at the top and hit show data box. And anything you hover over is going to show the high, the low, all the information. So the open of that one is 34975.
2434975.
And then you change that to a brown line because we are on the 4 hour. This must be locked in. I wanted to move that. All right. So we got a 4 hour. Now this right here is a gap right here. There's a 4 hour gap. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. These 3 didn't go back into the gap. It went back into the gap over here, but that gap is still good until it's filled completely. So since the gap isn't filled completely, I'm gonna add the gap there.
Now you said something before when you're trading in the gap, that's an account that you should have a cushion in. So I'm not really gonna mess with the gaps right now. Is that correct?
No, that's for zones. If you trade in zones.
Okay.
I don't teach zones.
So we still on the 4 hour chart and you're marking the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to do such I know we right click. Roaring tools. Region highlight Y.
Yep, right here, region highlight Y. And just hold it down and drag it.
Hold it down. Okay, what's the beginning numbers of that? Okay, mine didn't work right.
You have to look at this first candle and look at the low of this first candle, because when you're doing a gap, you count the wicks as well. Anybody need a little bit more information as far as what a gap is? Everybody understand what a gap is? or how to find
No,
it?
can you elaborate on that a little bit more, please?
I sure can.
Okay, thank you.
All right, a gap is anytime you see candle A. We're gonna call this candle A. This right here is candle A. This right here in the middle is candle B. And the one down here is candle C. It don't matter what color they are. They could be green, red, they could be a mixture. But A stops right, you see A stops right here, right? See where that wick stops at on A? And
Yes.
then the wick on C stops all the way down here. They do not
Okay.
intersect. All you see is this big old candle in the middle, but A and C do not intersect. All these other ones, A and C are touching. All of them are touching. But when a gap is when A and C do not intersect. It's just B in the middle.
Okay.
All right. So when you see A, B, and C, and you notice A and C do not intersect, that is a gap. But my gaps, most people call that a fair value gap. But what I notice is I like to wait for 3 more candles. So you got one candle right here, this one right here. You got 2 candles, and then you got the third candle. This little green one right here is the third candle. I want to make sure 1, 2, and 3 don't go back up into this area right here. They don't tap inside of that gap. So once I see 1, 2, and 3 don't tap inside that gap, then I count it as a gap. I don't count it if one of them dips all the way back up here. It's no longer a gap. I don't even count it. I notice when I wait for 3 candles, it's a much more consistent level that works way better when you let those 3.
Got it. Thanks.
All right. So just like the Jackson 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. As long as those don't dip back in there, then it's a gap.
But to enter that zone,
Yes, yeah. You make sure the 3 candles after it was created, 1, 2, 3, do not enter back into that zone. You see that the 5th one entered back into that zone, but that's okay. It probably was a really good bounce right here too. If we go to the 5 minute, you'll see it probably was a really good bounce in that area. But I leave my gaps on there until they've been filled all the way up. You notice it stopped right here, but it didn't fill the gap all the way up. So I will keep it there until it fills it all the way up. Because there's 3 sections. You could get the initial bounce down at the bottom. And if it goes back down from there, you could get another bounce. You know what I'm saying? Right here. So you have a bounce at the bottom, you have a 50% area that it bounces from, and then you have the full bounce off the top of the gap. So until it fills that whole gap, then I will still keep it.
is this being recorded?
Yes. It sure is.
Well, if we want to, to see the recordings that you make, will we go into Discord to roll them up?
Yeah, yep. They'll be on Discord under like practice or practice recordings, I think it says.
Yeah, got you.
All right, so we marked off that gap. Let me make sure the levels are correct. Now the levels on a gap is, of course, you want to mark the high because you want to count the wick on that one too. So the high is 94375. 943.75. That's this one down here. That's the high of this candle down here at the bottom. And then you want to do the low of this up here, the short, because it's the shortest point on that one. Short, the low. So the low is 186.25. So double click on the line, 186.25. You just type it in right here. Let me remove those lines. You put it right here under data. You have the Y, the start Y, and the end Y. You just hit apply, and now that gap is right at the bottom of that one and the top of this one. That's the full gap. Let me close this out. That way y'all can see more of the chart itself. All right, so that's the 4 hour. So right now on the 4 hour, when I'm looking, and you don't have to look for everything at the same time. You could just go right to left and look for if you see 3 or more of the same color in a row. And once you find 3 or more of the same color in a row, you want to make sure it hasn't been tapped. These have been already touched, so I didn't mark that one because it's already been touched over here. These 3, I see 3 or more. Okay, that's already been touched. I like to see, okay, up here, you see 3 or more going down to the red, but the market has not been back up here yet. So I'm gonna mark that one. All right.
We're in the 1 hour?
What's that?
We're in the 1 hour now, right?
Nope, look up here. If you want to make sure, just look at the top corner, 240.
Okay.
All right, so right here, I see 3 or more green going up. And look, when you look left, when you look right, nothing has been down here. Nothing has been down there. So I'm gonna mark that one as well. And when you're looking at the triple threat, you want to mark the open, not the wick. Do not count the wick. You just want to mark the open of that candle. So the open of that one is 24416. 2441 and then 6.
And again, this is brown.
I have to put a double O. And then change that one brown also. Because we're still on the 4 hour. So now you have one level up here, that's a triple threat. You have one level below, that's a triple threat. And you have a gap right here. That's all I see in the immediate section. You don't have to keep going left and looking at all these other levels, okay? There's levels here, there's levels here. If you go far back enough, you will find a whole bunch of levels. But if you don't want to clog your screen up, you could just mark one level above, one level below on a 4 hour and whatever gaps that pop in. That way you don't see a whole bunch of lines and now if the market goes all the way up here, of course you want to see if you can find something else, but if you don't need to mark off too much until it gets to this area first. Because most likely the market is not going to drop way down here. If it does, then you just reset everything. You mark it up again. But right now, this is more than enough room because you got to think about it. At 8 o'clock, at 9:30, we only really trade for like maybe an hour, hour and a half, right? So the market is not going to move all the way up here or all the way down here necessarily within the first hour or two. By the end of the day, yeah, but in the first hour or two, you'll be fine. But if it does happen to have a big movement, then you just go back to the 4 hour or the 1 hour and mark off more levels if you don't see anything, right? But to keep it simple, just mark one above and one below and, work with that. Now we just go down to the 1 hour. Boom, hit that 1 hour level in a minute so it could load. All right, now we're on the 1 hour and we do the same thing. We start on the right and we just move left. Now you see it has 3 right here, but this one right here is a doji, right? So to make sure it's a doji, you could hover over it, right? If you want to know where this one opens and closes, you see it opens at 829. It also closed at 829, so that's a doji. That is not a red or a green candle. That is a doji. So you want to count 3, but you can't because it's 1, 2, then it was a doji. But look at this one up here. Let's see what that one is. That one opened at 93650. It closed at 937. Okay, let's zoom in. Oh, look at that. That's green. When you zoom into it by moving the little side over here, you can zoom in. You can see that's green, so it's still not 3 going down. So we're not going to mark nothing on here because it was a green and then this is a doji. So all you really have is 2 red and then you get one and there's another red. So, all right, that's done. Let's move this out the way and let's keep going left until we see 3 or more.
Wait a minute, did you say don't count the doji?
Yeah, because it's not red or green.
Okay.
All right, so we see if we see 3 or more. Oh, look at this right here. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 red going down. All right, let's go to the top because red opens up at the top and then goes down. There's nothing been up here. Nothing been up here yet. So I'm going to mark that one. Boom. And my 1 hour levels are yellow. The open of that one is 25019.75. So 19.75. So that's 3 going down. All right, so we got that one. Let's see if we can find one below. Let's move this out of the way. So we're right here. We're right here. Let's keep going. All right, boom, look at this one right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 green going up. You look right, you don't see anything's been down here yet, because that was created. So we're gonna put a line right there too. All right, the open of that one is 7-11-25, because remember, green opens up at the bottom. Green opens up at the bottom and goes up. Red opens up at the top and go down. All right, so the open of that one is 7-11-25. Double click on the line. Go 7-11.25. All right, because nothing after this, once this was created, nothing been down here yet. So that's still a good level. I'm gonna mark it up. And once again, you got one above, because this is where the current market is. That little yellow dash or dash line right here, that shows you where the market is currently at. Right there it is right there. So wherever the market currently at, you could mark one level below it on the 1 hour, which is right here, and one level above it.
You said that one was 7-11.25.
The open, yeah, open is 2-4-7-11-25. Yep.
2-4-7-11-25.
Now, you also see that this 1 hour swing low has not been touched yet, right? It's all the way down here, nothing touched it yet. I like 1 hour triple threats, and I like 4 hour triple threats. So since this one has not been used yet, I'm gonna put a mark on that one as well. Yes, buddy, go play your game. Of course, I got more games than you.
Hey, grandson.
When I finish this, you can. Not yet. All right, and then to find the low of this one, you can hover over the first one where the first dot happened. This one just kind of extended it. You know what I'm saying? You see both of these touch the same level. So the low of this one, the low is 2-4-7-4-9. So 749.
So now you saying that's a swing low, right?
Yeah, that's swing low in the 1 hour.
So we don't mark that with a yellow.
Yeah, I'm marking with a yellow.
Okay.
But I changed the solid line to a dot.
Gotcha. Okay.
That way I know that that's a swing low and not a triple threat.
And that's on the first dot.
Yeah, on the first dot, yep. The second dot, it stopped at the same spot, so it kind of just extended it. And you notice back here, look, is another one back here. Almost at the same spot. You know, so I'll mark it on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, right? If I see one on the 4 hour, I can't remember if it was. Let me see. Okay, so like on the 4 hour, we got one down here. We got one down here, and we got one up here that has not been used up yet on the 4 hour. See that? That one has not been touched yet. So you can mark that one as well.
And what was that last one with the dash, the swing low? 2-4-7-4-9?
Yep, 749. And we went back on the 4 hour because there's a triple threat up there that has not been used up. So we got the high is 128.25. 128.25.
8.25. 2-4-128.25.
Yep, and just go put that on dots. And if I mark up any swing highs or swing lows, I keep the color of the line the same, 4 hour brown, but I'm gonna make it a dotted line so I know that that's not a triple threat. It's a swing high or a swing low. So one level above, one level below. So it's 44925. You know, in all these levels, we put these levels on here so that when we're trading, not only do we have manual levels that we could take trades off of, but a lot of these levels that we mark off manually will also line up with one of the some of the other indicators that we use. And when they line up with the indicator, it just makes that area even stronger. So that's why you want to make sure you mark up the 1 hour and the 4 hour swing highs, the triple threats, the gaps, because when you go to the 5 minute chart and you have your indicators on there, you'll notice indicators like divergence might pop up around the same area. You got your VWAP that might line up with what you already manually put on there, and it just helps confirm your ideas. You know, we don't trade based on guarantees. We trade on what's more likely to happen, because nothing is guaranteed in the market. But y'all notice by trading with me, I'll back up, look at the chart and be like, okay, this is an area and this is an area. It might be some other levels in between there, but I normally pick two good ones that I see the most confluence, meaning I have more things happening around that area that will help back up or confirm either my long, which I bought the market, or short, meaning I sold the market. So I like to look and see where's the most cluttered lines that I have, basically. Go back down to the 1 hour. I think that's everything that we have to mark up. The reason why I didn't mark up this swing high right here, is because it already was touched right here. That line went all the way through it and touched it already, so that doesn't count. You can mark this one up here if you want. You can mark that one as well, because the market has not been back up here yet. All right, and the high of that one is 5400.
255400.
All right, so now we have one triple threat above on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. We have one triple threat below on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. We have one swing high and swing low above and below on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So
I'm sorry, man.
Just go one above. What's up?
I'm sorry, that last one you said 2554000.
25054.
25054.
So even though it looks like there's a lot going on, when you go down to the 5 minute chart, it won't look like it won't look that bad. But this way, you don't have to mark up every single level, because if you look at my chart, normally I have levels way down here, way up there. That's because I already marked them off. The market just hasn't been back up there since. So every once in a while, I like to clear out my chart completely and just mark up the ones that are close. And then the ones that are higher, I'll worry about that if the market ever gets to that area where I need more levels to find. But every once in a while, I will clear out everything and just start over on like a Monday or a Sunday.
So how did we determine which ones we leave when it didn't touch it? You just leave them every day and just mark new ones?
Yeah, yep. And that's why every once in a while, like if it's some older levels that haven't been touched, but they're way up at the top or way down at the bottom, I'll just clear everything and just start over from the ones that are close.
Okay.
Because if you do this for like a month, it's going to be some levels that haven't been touched yet, and your chart is going to be a whole bunch of, like, I can show you like GC. This is my GC chart. It's lines all up and down forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the market ain't been way back up here in a long time. So every once in a while, I'll just clear out everything and start over to get rid of all those lines. Hold on one second. Yeah, he just wanted a little snack. That's so boring. But yeah, but every once in a while, I'll just like, this is gold. This is my gold chart. And I have so many levels on here because the market hasn't been back up here yet, and nor has it been back down here in so long, you know? So I can leave these up here. They don't bother me. But when you're new, trying to get the hang of this thing, sometimes having too much stuff on there can be confusing. So it's cool to wipe them all out and just start a new week with just the levels that are close. It's like now this one is only levels right here. You don't see a whole bunch up top and a whole bunch down below. You just see the ones that are more likely to happen. You But yeah, it can get confusing. That's why every once in a while, just wipe them all out and start from scratch. So now that we marked up all our levels, we go down to the 5-minute chart. We don't mark levels on a 5-minute chart. Okay. We don't mark off levels on a 5-minute chart. Because see, now that we're on a 5-minute chart, those lines aren't all in your face. It's not that many. It's just you got a little high, low, you got a couple of things here and there. But for the most part, all those lines that we just marked up, they're so far away when you go down to the 5-minute chart, it doesn't look so cluttered anymore. And that's why I say if you don't want to add the VWAP level on there, you don't have to add VWAP just yet. You can do just fine with just the levels that I teach as far as the manual levels that you place there and a couple indicators. Nothing that's too overwhelming. And as you progress with the class, you'll start getting used to seeing the indicators like VWAP. Like this is the VWAP indicator. You'll get used to seeing this on your screen.
Okay.
These extra lines.
Got you. Now to confirm indicators that we're using, I have bar timer, I have swing, price line, I have divergence, I have the VWAP, and what's this 16? I have something that says 16.
I don't know what says 16. The only ones I have is bar timer, opening price, pivots, price line, swings, and I have VWAP and divergence. Now, you don't have to have VWAP. You might not have divergence, but bar timer, opening price, pivot, price line, and swing are the free ones that everybody should have on their screen.
Opening, swing.
No, they just keep breaking shit.
What about EMA?
No, I don't put an EMA on your chart. If you want to use an EMA, that is up to you.
No, I don't want to use anything you don't tell me to use.
Yeah. If you have EMA on your chart, I didn't put that there.
Okay. So now,
what's up, family? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
I got bar timer, swing, VWAP, price line, diversion, pivots.
Yeah. Hold on, let me send this link to somebody real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me send this to somebody so they get in the class. All right. Yeah, but that's the indicators. The ones that I have on here that you could, if you're not used to having the VWAP on your screen, then you don't have to use the VWAP. It's just a really good indicator. You can practice with the VWAP until you get comfortable. But if you don't want the VWAP on the screen, you can take that off as well. But the VWAP, man, it's such a strong indicator. But as I said, if you're newer to the class and you're just trying to learn the levels, then you don't have to use VWAP. All right. But now that we're on a 5-minute chart, you notice how this low right here, this is the overnight low so far. You see it lines up right with a swing low as well. The little yellow dots, that's a swing low. So a lot of times when you put a manual level on the chart, it will line up with the indicator, and that just gives you more strength in that area. Just like up here, we have our gap up here, and it kind of lines up right with a VWAP level, the EMA of the VWAP. So that's why we put our manual levels on the screen first, and then when we go to the 5-minute chart, we make sure we have all our indicators, because the indicators a lot of times line up with certain levels that we have, which gives us more confirmation and more confidence to take a trade at that level. And that's what I do when I practice. I normally practice an hour a day not on the live market. I literally load up a previous day and I will practice on the previous day that I loaded. Because when you practice the previous days, you're able to pause it just like I have it right now. I have it paused. It's not even in play. I have it set for 8:31 in the morning on Friday. I paused it. That way I can practice marking up my chart the right way and without anything moving and changing on me. You know what I'm saying? Like no candles are closing and opening. I could pause it. I could get used to marking up my charts, marking up my candles, and then I can hit play and watch how it plays out. Because I don't know if y'all see me in the morning, but I mark them off pretty fast because I'm used to it, and I got to remind myself to slow down. You know?
Yeah, we be trying to keep up with your mind.
Yeah, but it's just and that's what I'm saying. I still practice an hour a day. You know, that's why I don't mind doing this every Saturday, because I'm practicing every Saturday, whether y'all here or not.
Gotcha.
And I've been doing this for 5 years, and I still practice.
Still practice. That's saying something.
You know, so. But yeah, you now that we have everything marked up, we can hit play. Now, also the best thing about playback is you can fast forward it. You know what I'm saying? You can fast forward, you can rewind it. You could test out some ATM strategies that you built for yourself. You could practice those. And you could also practice just sitting in the trade a little bit longer, because you're not in a rush to hurry up and make money. You're really trying to practice your levels, practice your entries, and really test out what you're doing in this market.
Start moving that shit around.
All right, so let me see, what strategy should I use? Yeah, so this is $100, simple $100 strategy. Was that 100? Yeah, $100 on NQ. Now remember, right now it's 8:32. So this green line is not locked in until 9:30. All right, so you see how the market went below it? I will move this down, because now that's the new low. You don't have to do it every time, because that green line and the red line are the only two lines that are not locked in until 9:30 or 9:29. Once that 9:30 candle open, then it's locked in. So don't take a trade off of the green line or this red line up here until after 9:29 or after 9:30, because we don't trade at 9:30 no way.
So you say you will move it below it?
Yeah, you can move it now, or you can wait till 9. You can wait till like 9:25, right before 9:30. Then you can adjust this to wherever the new level would be.
And how will we find that new level?
You can see it. You can see the candle moving.
But you know with me with my, okay, I get it.
It's the same way. So that's why you mark it up in the morning, so that you know, okay, right now this was the low, but right before 9:30 you can see what's the most recent candle if this moved. Because
So
a lot of times in the morning go ahead.
You go back to your daily.
No, don't go back to the daily, because after 9:30, if it moved below it, the daily is going to be below it. You have to go to the most recent candle before the 9:30 open. So you go to the candle before 9:30.
Right, but on what chart? Is that on your
On
daily?
the 5 minute. I mean, you can't go on an hour, because the hour is still in the hour.
All right.
So you have to go to the 5 minute. You want to go to the candle before that opening candle at 9:30.
Got you.
And find the low. But most of the time it is not really gonna move. It don't really move it that much. A lot of the times the market, the high and the low is so far away where the current market is, you don't have to really move it that often. It's just sometimes it is already at the low, and you just have to be aware of that, not to use the red or the green until after the 9:30.
Right.
And you just go down to the 5 minute and see what's the most recent candle before the 9:30 candle opened.
Use that low. Okay.
Yeah, use that low or that high, depending on which one it touched or moved.
Got you.
But that's why it's called the overnight high and the overnight low, because it happened overnight. So once 9:30 hits, it's no longer overnight. It's the New York Open. So that's why they're locked in, because it's no longer overnight at 9:30. It's game time. But we make money before 9:30 anyway. But it's just when you're trading before 9:30, you just don't pay attention to the green and the red, because it's not locked in yet. Now, all the other levels you can pay attention to, the triple threats, the swing highs, the swing lows, those you can still pay attention to. Because right now, anything before 9:30 is England. It's just England trading. But remember, the market is worldwide. It ain't just, it's not just America.
Yep.
All right, and you see, we just let it run. It's 9:35. Most of the time, we're still marking up our levels. You know, just looking at what we think the day is going to turn out to be. You know, and you can fast forward it a little bit. We can fast forward it to 9:30. I just don't want to. I just don't want to just speed the time, move the time up. I want to speed it up so you can see how the market is moving.
Oh, okay. So
I just like to watch how the market moves, and that's why I like doing playback, because it shows you exactly what it did Friday. I see it's 9:06.
well, your speed. Sheesh.
Yeah, I just speed it up to 100 times to get to 9:30.
Blow that up. Okay.
Just because I like to see how the market's moving. Now you notice that. Look, you see how it bounced off this level right here, this swing low. I mean the triple threat. My bad. This is a 1 hour triple threat. This candle touched the triple threat. It bounced up. You could have made some money. Then it went down below it. It hit that S1. You took a little bit of heat, but then it jumped right back up. I like seeing how the market moves. You know what I'm saying? Because even if I didn't take a trade, it's practice. Okay, we're just sitting here trying to get a pattern of how the market moves. This is exactly what it did Friday, and now you have a little more confidence. Like, okay, we have a swing, a triple threat right here. We have the S1, and look, if you would have took the trade on either one of these levels, you would have took some heat. But both of these levels worked. Both the S1 and the triple threat both worked. It's just how much heat would you have taken? You know, I have a bigger account, so I can take a little bit more heat than someone that just passed a 25K eval, right? So if you just passed a 25K eval, you might want to wait to the S1 to take the trade instead of where I would have got in at the triple threat. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind taking a $400 or $500 negative loss, because I know by the way I trade, it's going to turn around and ultimately go into the green. But while you're practicing, that's what the Saturday and the loading up previous days when you practice, because you can see how that plays out and see how it works. All right, we're at 9:24. Let me slow down the time because it's 9:30. What happened?
I'm up to 9:33, trying to keep. Okay, let me back.
That's cool. See, look at it. Look, it's 9:29 now. Bam, 9:30. Okay. 9:30. This is good. Now you see at 9:30, look at what the most recent low before that 9:30 candle. See that? Bam. That was the most recent low before this 9:30 candle opened up.
Let me back it up. I'm trying to get to 9:30.
Oh, if you want to back it up, just right click, and you could go to a time. You can just type in the time you want to go to.
Oh. Go to.
So you see right at 9:30, this 9:30 candle opened up, but look, you want to look at the most recent low before that candle opened up was right here. The low on that is 696.75. 696.75.
696.75.
So if it moves the high or the low before 9:30, right at 9:30, because we don't trade the first 5-10 minutes of the market open anyway. So you have time to say, okay, boom, the market's open. Let me adjust my overnight high or my overnight low level, because once the market opens at 9:30, you have at least 5 to 10 minutes before you should even think about taking a trade anyway. So, you know, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, the market open, let me rush and hurry up and try to do something. No, it's 9:30 open. That thing is going to be moving so frantic within the first 5-10 minutes anyway. It's dangerous to take a trade. You know, and I know you see some people on social media be like, yeah, I trade the open. They are gambling. They are gamblers. Some people are good gamblers. I, for one, am not a good gambler. So I'm not going to trade the first 5 minutes of the open. I just noticed my camera wasn't even on. But yeah, within that first 5-minute candle, boom, it's gonna still be playing, and you see it's still moving. You know, it's 9:30. We only 20 seconds into 9:30. I'm not taking no trades at this time, regardless. I don't care what the market's doing. I'm gonna mark up my levels. Okay, boom, this is the low. I'm gonna mark that up. I noticed that it already tapped below this triple threat right here, but that's cool. I'm gonna leave it there because it just happened. But you notice it has not closed below. It has not closed below yet. So you could have took a trade at any one of these levels and it's just fine. Right? But within the first 5 minutes, I'm not touching no trades anyway.
Okay.
You know, I'm not taking any trades until this calms down. Either it calms down or a new candle opens. Because all these levels that it's hitting, it's gonna retest the levels anyway, or it's gonna hit some better levels for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you do at this point, since it's 9:31, you squeeze the chart, and when you squeeze the chart, you be like, okay, I see the overnight high here. I see a R1 up here. Like, look, this is what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the market. When I zoom out within the first 5 minutes of the market open, I know I'm not going to take a trade within that 5 minutes. So what am I doing? I'm looking at good potential places where I can take a lot of trades from. Look, we got this right here. We got the VWAP right here. We got a swing high, and we got this orange line is a LIS. Then right above the LIS, I got the central pivot, and I got another LIS. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on right here. The market come up here, win, lose, or draw, I'm taking a short because there's just too much going on in that area for me to ignore that. Right? And then I look, okay, I got this area right here. I'm gonna circle that. I got that area right there. What other area I got? Look at this. I got the swing high. I got another VWAP level. I got a R1, and I got a 1 hour triple threat in this area right here. Win, lose, or draw, I'm looking for a short. Down here, look, all this stuff that's happening right here. You got the S1 over here. You got the overnight low. You got a triple threat. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm looking for a buy in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for congestion because that tells me it's a whole lot of levels in any one of these three areas. And one after I noticed that, and this happens fast, mind you. This is not like I'm not pausing it, but that's why you practice, because while you're practicing, you could pause it and look at these areas. But in the live market, I will zoom out and I will look at like, okay, I see my areas. Once I see my areas, I'm like, all right, I marked them up mentally. Now I'm going to zoom in. And those same areas, look down here. Look at that crazy. Ooh, I didn't mean to move that. Look at that crazy bounce down here because it was all congested. It couldn't break below it. It took off to the top. Right? The next area was, look, we got the VWAP right here. VWAP is always a strong place. VWAP is always a strong place. You know,
Order
okay,
submitted.
cool. While I'm practicing, I'll be like, here's an area right here. Here's an area right here.
Order submitted.
I like this area too.
Order submitted.
You know what I'm saying? And I will, when I'm practicing, I will put something at each one of those. And I would just watch it play out. You know what I'm saying? Like in the real market, I would take a short here, I'll take a short here, I'll take a short here. And then, but when I'm practicing, I just want to see if they worked. And I say I have this on $100.
Hey, Sensei.
Yep.
Look here on all those orders. As you come to them, they don't cancel out the other orders.
It depends on what you have it set for. Let's see. I can't remember what I had mine set for. But you can have it set to cancel.
No, I wanted to just know how not to get them canceled.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what I got it set for. And then you could speed it up a little bit just to see how it played out on your levels.
Order canceled.
Oh, so yeah, it does cancel the rest of them. So
Okay.
to stop it from canceling the rest of them, let's go to properties. You go to right here, ATM selection mode. I think one of these cancel it. Keep selected ATM template. I think it's keep selected. But even though it went through that one, you know, I'll still keep it there. And I'll just let it play out because I want to see how it plays out. I'll just put it again.
Order
I want to see how
submitted.
each one plays out.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole purpose of practicing is you want to see, okay, these are levels that I will actually take. I want to see how they play out. And then however they play out, you write down what happened at each one and how it played out. That way, when you're trading a live market and you see a similar setup, you're like, okay, I know how to trade these now. And we're going to see what this one does.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, that one played up. Let's put another one right here.
Order submitted.
Let's see how it plays out. Yeah! Right, that one played out. Right? Because that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see how each one played at those levels. I'm down 300, right? So I see that this one didn't make money. The second one made money, but the central pivot didn't because my stop loss was too close. So now I know, okay, let me go to edit. My stop loss was at 40 and got hit. So I'm gonna try my stop loss at 45, right? And I'm gonna rewind it. What time was this one? This was at 9:35. I'm gonna rewind the time. All right, you rewind the time and say, okay, cool. Now that I adjusted my ATM strategy,
Order submitted.
let me put it back. Now I adjusted my ATM strategy. Let's see what happens. And this is like how you should practice. You know what I'm saying? You mark up your levels. You put trades at where you would normally take a trade at in the real market and see how it plays out when it hits your level. Fast forward it if you have to. Yeah! Okay, y'all see how that went up? It knocked me out. It took my trade. Boom, that was 225. All right, let's play. Let's let it keep playing.
Order submitted.
There we go. But yeah, this is like how you practice when you're just trying to. And the value of practicing this way is you don't have to wait so long for a level. You know, when you trade the live market, is not as easy to practice the live market because you have to wait. You can't speed it up. You have to wait for it to get to the level. You might get impatient. This way, you can say, all right, let me speed it up. So, because I want to see what happens when it gets to this gap up here. I want to see what happens when it gets to this VWAP right here. So you can just speed it up just a little just to see what happens when it gets there. You know what I'm saying? You can really practice those levels.
Order filled.
Boom. We could pause it. We can say, okay, look, I'm only trying to get $100. Let's see how this plays out.
Gotcha, bitch.
Boom, got my $100. All right, boom, I got 100. Let's see how far it could have went if I would have stayed in the trade a little bit longer. Look at that. It kept going down. Could have stayed in that trade a little bit longer. But you don't want to practice during the live market. It's live time, right? You're still getting practice, but you want to already have an idea of what you're doing. You already have an idea of what you're doing, and you do that by
Order
practicing
submitted.
simulation, practicing playback. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get better. That's how you get more proficient, because you can really see what you do at each level instead of trying to practice in the live market. You know, if you want to play basketball, but the only time you practice is during the real game, you know what I'm saying? How accurate is that going to be? That coach is going to tell you come sit on the bench next to him.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to practice outside of the live market. That way you can make mistakes without without upsetting yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's okay to make.
I hear you.
You see how that jumped up? Now, why did that jump up like that? Yeah, that didn't give us no reason why that jumped up like that, but hey, sometimes it happens. But
Order submitted.
if you only practiced in the live market and it jumped up like that, it would have tore your real account up. But right here, we like, all right, well, I see that jump up there. It was no rhyme or reason for that jump. Sometimes when things happen in the market, there is no real reason for it that we know
Order
of,
canceled.
right? But you can always reset when you're in playback and try again.
Order submitted.
You know, this is the things you can't do in the live market. You have to practice, people. Don't just practice on Saturday with me. Practice Sunday, practice, like, especially if you know that most of the time that you're going to trade is at night. On the weekends, you need to load up at night. You need to load up previous days and put that to what time you are normally going to be able to sit at your computer and trade so that you can practice that time frame. Because if you practice 9 o'clock, 9:30 open, but you know you ain't gonna trade until 1 o'clock in the morning, why are you practicing the 9:30 open? That doesn't make any sense. You know, if you know you are a center, why are you at the 3-point line, sir? If you are a center, you need to be under the basket. You need to be getting rebounds. You need to be doing layups and dunks. You should not be at the 3-point line. Regardless of what the NBA is doing right now, them tall boys should not be out there.
Yeah, I agree. Have to shoot 3-pointers. Take it to the paint.
Your main job, you got to focus on what your main job is. If your main job is trying to get $100 per trade, why are you practicing making $800 a trade?
Target filled.
All right, you need to practice. If your target is $200 a day or per trade, you need to practice at whatever time you're available to be at the real computer. So if you get off of work at 10 o'clock at night and you ain't gonna be able to get in this market till 12 o'clock, you need to load 12 a.m. and you need to practice at 12 a.m. on the weekends. If you know, hey, I'm just trying to get $200 a day, you need to practice getting $200 a day. If you don't want to risk no more than $400 per trade, you should not be trading practice and letting this market go negative 600-700. If you know that's not what you want to do in the live market. You need to practice like is the live market. Because you be in practice making $2,000 per trade thinking, okay, it's a live market. I did it practice and I made $2,000. Let me do it in the real market. You didn't realize to make that $2,000 in practice, it went against you $800. You can't take no $800 hit in the real market. You could do it in practice, it's simulation. But you need to take simulation trades just like you are in the real market. Don't be over here doing 8-9 contracts talking about, oh, I practiced, I made 2,000. Yeah, you're doing 8-9 contracts. You're not gonna do that in the real market.
Gotcha, bitch.
Boom, smooth 100. You know what I'm saying? Practice exactly how you're gonna trade in the real market, and you will start getting a lot better. Y'all see me when I practice. I'll get my 200 and I'll be out of there. I'm done. Now if I catch a good move, I'm gonna sit in the trade a little bit longer because my ATM strategy allows me to do that. But until you get to that point, if your goal is 100 a day, you need to set your ATM strategy to $100. $100. I got a couple of them. 20 ticks, one contract, $100. I'm trying to get my 100 and get up out of there. If you want to make more than 100, okay, cool. Then take 2 trades. All right. If you know you could get $100 in one trade, but you want to make 200 a day, take 2 $100 trades. Don't try to sit in one trade and get 200 in one trade. Take one trade, 100. Wait for another opportunity. One trade, another 100. All right, cool. I got my 200. Okay. You have to practice what you know you can do that's realistic. If you're not at the level where you can make 500 in one trade, but you want to make 500, okay, well then take $500 trades then. Take 5 $100 trades if you're bad. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to get 500 in one trade if you never did that. You know, if you want to take more than one trade, that's okay. But just the reason why I want you guys to find your average is I want you to know what is your average per trade. Your average per trade is 100, and you want to make $300, then you just have to take 3 good trades then. Or you can just get $100 and get up out of there. Call it a day. I want to see what it does when it get here. Let's see. But that's how I practice. If I know I want to get $100 per trade, I'm gonna set my ATM strategies for 100, and I'm gonna put trades at certain levels that I would normally trade in the live market to see how they play out. And there's times when I practice, if I would have just took literally every trade that I seen, gotcha, bitch. I end the day with $3,000 sometimes because I literally took every single trade that I seen. But we know in reality we're not gonna take every single trade. We just trying to get two to three good trades, get up out of there. And if you have more than one account, just take 1 trade per account if you have to.
Order filled.
But that's how I want you guys to practice. Practice what you're really going to try to get in the market.
I see where I made my mistake right there. Okay.
But yeah, as I say, you can't get better if the only time you trade or practice is when the market is live and is your eval that you playing around with.
That you blew and messed up so close to everything, and all of a sudden you just wiped the sucker out.
Yeah, hey, look, and the thing is, I've been there. Everybody has been in that situation. I've been $50 away from passing the eval and tore the whole thing up because I couldn't get $50. I kept clicking that dang button. So we've all been there. So don't feel like if it happens to you, you're the only one that happened to. As long as you understand where the issue was, where you went wrong at, journal. You know, what I started doing is when I'm within $100, $200 of passing, I'll go to micros. That way, if I take a bad micro trade, it's only going to cost me 20, 30, 40 bucks. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I started if I'm within 200 of passing, I'll go to micros. You know, that's a reason why they have minis and micros. There's a reason why they have NQ, ZB, ES, because they all move slightly different. They all charge a little bit different. Gold is $10 a tick, or in micros is $1 per tick. You know, so you're not risking nearly as much, but you still can make really good money in micros. But you know, it's not all about money. It's about being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because like with me, if I could get $100 a day, 5 days a week, that's $500 in a week that I made sitting in front of a computer.
Sensei.
Yeah.
What's the difference between micros and minis again?
Minis, which one, on NQ or ES?
Yeah,
or ZB?
just NQ.
NQ, mini is $5 per tick. Micro is 50 cents per tick.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's how you become a consistent trader, is you have a target. Once you get that target, you stop. Have a max amount that you're willing to lose, okay? This is where the discipline comes in. If you say, I don't want to lose no more than 250. If you take a trade and that thing knock you out at 245, you stop. If you get negative 245, you stop, come back the next day and try again. Do not keep trading that account, because that's the whole purpose of you setting a limit. You breaking your own rules. You set the 250 limit, you hit 250, you keep trading. Why are you breaking your own rule? You know what I'm saying? If your target is $100 or 200, once you get that 200, you should stop. You made your target of 200, that's your rule. Don't break your own rule.
Yeah.
Because once you start breaking your own rules, you're no longer disciplined. You gotta stick to the script. Because the purpose of the market is to take your money. That's what it's called, liquidity. If you can't find liquidity in the market, it's probably you. And as y'all see, this level right here, this is a very strong level because it is a gap. That's a gap right there, a 4-hour gap. And you see it's been struggling to get above it and close. You could have took several trades from that one level. You write down those things. You journal stuff like that. So next time you see a 4-hour gap, you're like, look, I know I can take at least 2-3 good trades off that gap. more than likely. But you're not gonna get better until you start journaling. You can't do half of what I'm telling you. Okay? You can't do half of it. You can't mark your levels off right and then not journal. You know what I'm saying? Journaling is part of the success rate. You know, memory. Y'all all know from school, if you write things down, you start memorizing it a lot easier. The more you write down your trades that you took, like this trade right here, I'm like, it was a old 4-hour gap. It bounced 4 times. The most it went into the trade is blah blah blah. The largest drop it made was blah blah blah. Write it down. Write down what happened. It helps you memorize how you traded. You know, but setting a good ATM strategy, setting a target, a max loss, those are very important. Writing down, journaling your trades. You can't skip steps. Okay, there is no skipping steps here. You're gonna pay for it every time you skip a step. It's gonna come back and bite you. You know, I was watching a video on YouTube. The dude made a good point. He was like, when you're learning how to trade, just because someone doesn't have a job, that don't mean they can't teach you how to trade. But you do learn is a different lesson that you learn from someone that does trade full time versus someone that has a job that they go to and trade. Is a different vibe. If I don't make money in this market, certain bills might not get paid. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone that has a 9-to-5. If they don't make money in the market, they could go to their job and get the money. You know, I'm telling y'all these things because this is exactly what I did to make money trading and be consistent so that I can actually depend on the money I make in the market. Not like, oh, well, if I lose money, I just work some extra hours at the job. No, that's not my situation. My situation is if I make a bad trade, something might not get paid. You know? So it's a different level of respecting my levels that I set for myself. There's certain things that I have to do every day. Is a certain amount that I have to get because I have things that I have to pay for. You know, so the things that I'm telling you is because I know that is what is going to make you a more successful trader. You know, is there people out there that make 10,000 a day? Sure it is, but they also don't have any risk. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that they could get their money back. They're playing around in the market trying to get lucky with one big play. But I can almost guarantee you there's very few people that trade and make that much money.
Right. So, Mr. A, should we not take resting orders at nighttime if we don't normally trade at night? Because that's what's been happening with me. Mm-hmm. And that's how I end up with like $2,000 and $3,000 of winnings in my sim account. And then all of a sudden it's gone the next day.
Well, no, that's practicing. If you're doing it in a sim account, and I want you guys to do that, practice the resting order overnight, because what I teach is scalping, right? Get in the market, get 100, 200, get out the market. That's scalping is what you do to build that cushion in your account, pass your evals, get to a payout, and start making money doing this. What I tell you to practice at night before you go to bed, look at the market, is teaching you how to see the market and see the movements that's going to happen. And it teaches you how to start holding your trades a little bit longer so that you can start making those bigger trades. All of it is for a reason. Now, when you're in the live market and you're trading and you're sitting in front of your computer, we're scalping. At night, I want you to find a good area of the market, put a resting order, and see how it plays out with the right ATM strategy and journal what happened. You know, because eventually I want everybody to be swing traders.
I'm a revenge trader. And I knew that. I don't do it, but the feeling be there. Like, give me my money back. So how can we fight against that?
Fight against revenge trading?
Yes, like getting out of our mind not to do it. I don't do it, but that feeling be there. Like if I lose some money, I'll be wanting to take another trade and get my money back.
Well, I mean, it's nothing I can tell you to really stop you from doing that. Put a rubber band on your wrist and pop it. I mean, what I do to get out of that mode, I have.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
No. So still can't hear nothing.
Oh, well, it might be something on your end if you can't hear anything, because I don't, everything else is set up. Let me know if you can hear me, if it start working yet.
I can hear you.
Yep, I got you.
Okay, so okay.
I got you.
Got you too.
Okay. So what I do to
All
fix
of the
that,
speaker
or
went out. We can't hear nothing.
what I do to stop that the feeling of over trading, and I told Tommy this, I always keep a 250K evaluation. I don't try to pass the evaluation. I literally use that evaluation to get the sticky fingers out the way. You know, when you just feel like taking a random trade, I have a 250K eval that I do that random trade on. You know what I'm saying? It's mental. I have to have, even though I know I'm not trying to pass that account, it's just my way of getting that revenge. If I take a bad trade, I'll go on that 250K eval and I'll try to get my revenge back on that one instead of trying to revenge the account that I actually lost the money on. It's a mental game. Sometimes you got to do something outside the box to kind of help calm yourself down. So I always keep a 250K eval. Huh?
Somebody trying to figure out who Thomas is.
Oh yeah, Tommy is right there. Stop, Joshua. Leave that stuff alone, boy. But yeah, that's what I do to try to fix that urge to take a trade when there's no trade happening. I literally keep a 250 or 300K eval that I will take those stupid trades on to get it out the way. Because my intention is not to pass that 250, 300K anyway.
No, relax.
But I have gotten lucky and actually took a stupid trade and passed one. I was like, okay, well, that's one for the books. And I would just go and get another 250 or 300 that helps me get that nervous trade out the way first. But you got to do little small things like that, whatever helps you mentally. And just like I said, like the rubber band, I know a couple of traders that when they feel like they're about to overtrade, they got a rubber band that they'll pop on their wrist, kind of snap them back into reality. But do whatever you got to do to help you on the mental end of it. You know, sometimes like I know when I first started trading, I would listen to jazz. I would listen to jazz because jazz stopped me from over trading for some reason. I guess the little Kenny G in the background just stopped me from being upset.
Hey, Sensei.
Yeah.
On that over trading aspect, ain't it somewhere or some way you can set your account up to where you can only lose so much?
Yeah, if you have Tradeovate, you can go on Tradeovate or Rhythmic and change that setting. It helps, but some people, they'll just go in there and change the setting back. You know what I'm saying? Like you can adjust the setting anytime you want. But yeah, you can set a max loss limit to where it won't let you trade once you hit that limit. But a lot of people, they'll go back in there and change it and continue trading.
Yeah, I don't do that. I feel like that's like some other problems or issues.
Yeah. I mean, gambling is always a thing.
Good to stop you from over trading because your blood pressure be so high when you lose money. Yeah.
And it just takes just doing it. Like, so my first instructor, what he had us do is he had us take 10 trades and try to lose money. Because what that did, for one, it got us used to seeing red. That way, when we see red, it don't activate our blood pressure. Because you know, one of the things that we practiced was try to lose money. Go ahead and try to lose money, and you'll realize you'll take 10 trades and you'll probably have 3 to 4 winning trades out of those 10 that you tried to lose. You know, and then when you see red, it doesn't bother you as much when you see red. As I said, these are all little mental things that just help you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of it is mental, because you'll notice you'll trade completely different in your sim account than you do in your evaluation. Because a sim account, there's no risk or reward. You could take a stupid trade, whether you lose or make money, it's not going to close out of the account. It's not going to cost you no money. That's why most people are sim rich, because they don't have no feelings when they take a trade in sim. That's how you know it's mental. If you could take a trade in sim and you making a whole bunch of money in simulation, it's mental, because when you get to your eval or your PA, you all nervous and all tensed up when you take trades. A lot of trading is mental. Once the strategies that I teach, once you learn those strategies, is that they don't change. They don't change. The strategies I teach been around for ages. The only thing that changes is the mentality of the situation. But yeah, that's how I deal with over trading. I got a 250K eval that I don't even try to pass. I use it literally just to blow off steam. Anybody got any questions? We're here. You know, I'm here to answer them. Anybody pass the eval this week? Anybody get to a payout this week? And any good news?
Still struggling with
Mr. H.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to get with you a little later. You set my NinjaTrader password for me, or did I?
NinjaTrader? Oh no, I didn't set any NinjaTrader passwords.
I can't get in it. Okay.
You can't get in Ninja like you can't get in your NinjaTrader at all?
Yeah, because I'm not at home. I'm in St. Louis at my granddaughter's birthday party, and I tried to sign into my NinjaTrader and asked for my username and password, and I put in what I thought it was, and it said it wasn't it.
Are you trying to get in NinjaTrader.com, or are you trying to trade?
I was trying to get into my trading charts.
Do you have the same computer that you always trade with?
Yep.
Oh well, did you sign in under your Gmail? Because a lot of times it could be a Gmail. You just click on Gmail and type and log in, or you click on forgot password. They'll email it to you.
Okay, I'll go through all that.
Yeah, because I don't set the Gmail. I mean, I don't set that password. That's yours.
I just can remember because we were moving so fast that day.
Yeah, that probably was it. But yeah, you normally could just forgot password and they'll send it to you because it's signed up with under your email.
All right. Thanks.
But if you can't figure it out, let me know. If we have to do a Zoom, we just have to do a Zoom.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Anybody got any questions? I feel like I was doing the talk is up.
Well, I do. I want to prepare to take my eval.
Okay.
And I got some nervousness, and I know I need to journal. So I was figuring, would a week be a good time frame for me, like study and journal, or keep journaling, of course.
Yeah, I still journal
for a week, and then to be able to take it.
Well, I mean, the thing with the eval, you don't have to. You could pass it whenever you want to. You could just do $100 a day. $100, get out, go back to sim. You know, you see a good trade, click the button, get $100, get out.
Okay.
You don't have to pass it in one day. You could take your time.
Well,
is it a 25K?
It's I think it's 50 for my
50. Yeah, just do $100 a day. It'll take you about 30-40 days, like barely about a month and a half.
Oh,
don't rush. There's no rush. Just do $100 a day and chill.
All righty then. Thank you.
Because once again, you're not gonna learn until you click the button. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's why I don't get upset if I lose a eval or blow the eval. I still blow evals. You know what I'm saying? I still mess up on evals. You know, because the way I trade my evals is still different than I trade my PAs. I'm a little more careful with them, but my evals, I'm like, look, I'm trying to pass it. You know, I take as many good trades as I can, but sometimes, you know, I'd rather you mess up on an eval than mess up on a PA. Oh, there's that 10 o'clock news. Yeah, but I'd rather you mess up on an eval than a PA. So don't be scared to trade your evals. It's just part of trading. You're not gonna get better until you do it, because it's still mentally it's still a different feeling than trading simulation.
Well, the main thing that I learned, like Marvin and Larry always remind me, just follow what you tell us to do. Because I be having thoughts to do other stuff because I'm not familiar with trading. But if we follow what you tell us to do what we're supposed to do in MHT Academy, then we'll develop habits that are healthy, and we'll stay on track as opposed to ending up on the other end of the spectrum.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's what I want you guys to get those habits, get into those healthy habits, because the prop firms, even the rules, you hear people say, "Oh, well, I heard this prop firm don't pay people." And that's because most people don't know how to follow the rules. They don't know the rules. They trade crazy, and they wonder why they're not getting any money or they don't get a payout. It's not because Apex is trying to scam anybody. It's because they don't know the rules. The way I teach, you should be able to trade any prop firm, right? Because most prop firms, they have a 30-40% consistency rule. Most prop firms don't like you to hedge the market, meaning you can't put in a buy and a sell. That's why I don't teach how to hedge the market. Most prop firms, you can't add a contract. If you're in a losing trade, you can't add another contract to kind of help the money. That's why I don't teach that strategy. Some people teach that. I don't teach that because in a prop firm, they will take your account away if you do that, or they won't pay you out. So the way that I teach within the limits of the prop firm. You don't hedge the market, meaning you don't buy and sell at the same time on the same account. I don't teach you how to add contracts when you're in a losing trade, right? And I teach you to stay within a consistency rule. It's great if you make 800 on a trade, but most people that will blow your consistency rule. So try to keep it around $100 to $200 a day. Keep it simple. So if you follow those simple rules, not only will you pass your eval, but you will get to a payout.
Okay, so I have a question, Mr. H. When you put a resting order on the resistance line, you put it like you got three or more red candles at the top, you put a resting order there. You just tell me that if I go and I find a triple threat at the bottom and I put a resting order there, that's called hedging the market?
No, you just can't be in a trade at the same time. You can't be in a buy and a sell on the same account.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like matter of fact, Apex, that's why Apex stopped people from trading gold, because people were going into a buy on gold and it was weird how they said they was doing like a buy on gold and a sell on silver, or they were hedging the market with precious metals. So that's why Apex stopped people from trading gold, because people were, for some reason, they figured out how to tell the direction of gold, and they were making a lot of money.
Okay, but if I do what I just described on I'm in my I'm on my trading plan, and I put a resting order in on a red triple threat, and then I try to put one in on a green triple threat. Is that hedging?
No, as long as you're not as long as they don't both put you in a trade at the same time.
How's that gonna happen, Mr. H?
No,
it's basically like do one trade at a time.
Yeah, you can do one trade. You can get into a buy and a sell. Right. It's called hedging.
Okay, so that's what changed on my market sheet, because at one time they would let you put a resting order in on both ends, but now it don't let you do that anymore. So I was doing something incorrectly. I'm just trying to figure out what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, one trade at a time.
Yeah, just one trade at a time. And when you're in a trade, don't add a contract to it. Some people do that, but that you can't do that. They will bop you upside your head and will not pay you out your money.
Explain the contract on the ATM though. Like you basically put your contract as extra contract on the ATM. So when you put in your order, you can't add more, right?
Yeah, you can't add to a losing trade. So if it's red and you add, how you could add another, you could buy the market. You know what I'm saying, to try to get you out of that loss. Yeah, they'll ding you for that.
Explain the difference between an eval and a PA.
Eval, you're just trying to pass, right? It's not real money yet. A PA is after you pass the evaluation, meaning you made your target, you made 1,500 or 3,000. Once you pass that, now it turns to real money, and every penny you make goes towards your payout.
Thank you.
But the evaluation is just the evaluation. You're just trying to pass it like a test.
Yeah, they need to know that you can trade before they give you money.
Yeah, you're just proving that you know what you're doing. And an evaluation, you also proving to yourself that you are a consistent trader. But I much rather you mess up an eval than mess up a PA.
Gotcha.
You know, that's another thing that stop a lot of traders from making money. They'll throw a Hail Mary on their eval. They don't know how to trade. They'll just throw a Hail Mary on the eval, pass it, and then when they get their real account, they blow it the same week. Because they didn't learn nothing on their eval. They just threw a Hail Mary and got lucky. And then when they get their real account, they don't know how to trade. They don't know what they're doing.
They never created discipline.
Yeah, and that's why people be like, oh, prop firms are scams. Oh, they just there to take your money. No, you just don't know how to trade, and you kept getting your tail whooped. You know what I'm saying? Do not throw Hail Marys just to pass them real quick. That's not helping you at all.
So once you pass your eval and you get your PA, can you still trade on simulation, or you got to? It's always
no. You can still trade simulation. You can always trade simulation.
Okay.
My first trade of the day is always in simulation to make sure that, for one, the data is correct, because there's times where I'll take a sim trade, I'll make 200, but it show negative 200, and I'm like, ooh, let me figure out what's going on with my data first. So my first trade is always a simulation trade to make sure that if it makes 100, it shows that it made 100.
Okay.
And you can have multiple accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I passed my first evaluation, I just did, at the time I was just doing $80 a day. So once I make my $80, I just bought another eval to go trade that eval. After I made my 80 on my PA, I'll go make my 80 to 100 on my eval. Once I do that, then I'll just go to sim and I will simulate and practice the rest of the day while the market is running.
All right, cool.
Yep.
In a nutshell, you don't have to stop trading.
Yeah.
To trade so you can master the craft.
Exactly. But as far as my eval and my PA, I just take 1 to 2 trades each. Once I get my target or hit my loss, that's it. I go to sim. And as I said, that practice, I still do that. It's just I have a lot more evals and PAs. So sometimes I'll trade all my PAs and all my evals first, but sometimes I don't feel like trading all my evals. I might trade 2 evals and 4 or 5 PAs, and then I'll still go to sim the rest of the day. You know, you don't have to trade everything you got. You just have to trade a certain amount of days, though.
Just like sports. That's how I look at it. It's just like you play the real game to get your accolades and everything, but you still got practice in the gym. You got to focus on your 3-pointer. You got to focus on your free throws. You got to focus on your layup. All of that fine-tuned you into the real game. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect sense.
Yeah. And I say before I go to bed, you know, I go live at night. I use live as my practice now, but before I would go live at night, before I go to bed, an hour or so before I go to bed, once everybody else is in the bed, I would load up a previous day and I would practice for an hour before I went to bed. And I still kind of do that. Just now I go live at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and that is my practice in the market, you know. But the more time you spend looking at these charts move and these candles move up and down, it gets a lot easier. Trust me, it gets a lot easier.
I get excited to pull out my computer. I'm like, ooh, I got some downtime.
And I'll tell you, it's literally muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? I got eyeball levels. I don't have to put lines. I got eyeball levels for the most part and see my trades. But that just comes with looking at this market a lot. You're gonna get better. Trust me.
Order filled.
All right, so it's 1:35. Anybody got any other questions before we roll out?
No, sir, Sensei.
Yeah, because Joshua is sitting right here like he's ready to
I know.
do something.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Give my grandson a hug.
Right here. Hey, say hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Pop, love you.
Yeah,
hey, little soldier.
He watched me trade all the time, so yeah, he gonna be a mean trader. Watch. But all right, yeah, I'm about to head out, guys. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message. And James, just let me know if for some reason you can't log in, just shoot me a message. If we got to do a Zoom, then we're gonna figure it out.
Hey,
Okay.
Palmer.
I do. Yeah.
All right.
How can we get in touch with you, man, for things that you do?
So what I was gonna say is actually like perfect timing. So I can put my link in the group. I'll put my in here. I'll put my link in the group. I'll put my number again, but also I'm gonna make a discount code just for MHT Academy, so we all can benefit from from what I do. So I'll do that now.
Yeah, and Palmer, when are you available? Either later today or tomorrow for the YouTube and everything, and get you set up on that.
We can shoot for tomorrow.
Okay.
We can shoot because I got a couple products and stuff to put together.
Yeah. Because
but yeah, we can shoot for tomorrow. Yeah, I use Canva, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Because I want to get that YouTube up and running, man. I want to help you get monetized.
All right. Yeah. Let's shoot for We can shoot for tomorrow.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Just send me a time whenever you're available.
All right.
All right, brother. All right, y'all. As I said, just shoot me a message. Y'all can hit me up on. Y'all should have my number as well. He just put it in the chat. I am Astro Brand. Y'all go ahead and click on that. Get that link down. And y'all can reach me either on TikTok message or you can send me a text message on my phone. Either way.
I still need you to send me Tyler's email.
Tyler. Okay. Yeah. Tyler.
Yeah.
I'll get that for you.
Yeah, I just put if people can just go in there, screenshot what I just put in the text message and just contact me at any time.
All right.
I'm put on here so y'all can see it too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once I create the discount code, I'm gonna put it in the MHT Academy. What is it? Where we communicate at, so it can stay in there, so it'd be accessible to all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can send it to me. I could put a section in Discord with your information as well.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'm sitting here with my other son, trying to bring him into the fold.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy
Get
this.
out your pocket.
I'm saying, hey, look, if we get all the family in here, that's just outstanding because I want people to learn this. Is too good to not learn this stuff.
I agree.
People try to keep it from everybody. You know what I'm saying? That they can't help it now. It's online. We can learn how to do this without asking for anybody's permission.
Agreed. The doors has opened. It's just what you're gonna do with it.
Exactly. So, but yeah, with that being said, guys, I will talk to you guys later. And I hope everybody have an amazing day. And
I do got a quick question, bro.
Oh, go ahead.
I do got a quick question.
Huh?
I do got a quick question. So with my my indicator, the divergence, is there any way to know that it's actually working other than it popping up on the
just
on
wait
the
for it to
platform?
pop up, really.
Okay.
But if you have to reset it, what I do if I don't think mine is working, I'll just go to indicators. I will go to the divergence at the bottom under configure, go to divergence, and I would just click on input series. I'll just change the input series. Hit apply, and then I go right back to input series, put it back on RSI, okay, and apply. And that normally resets it and it'll start working.
Oh, so basically change the input to kind of like kick it out to restart it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Kind of jump start it.
Yeah, I got you. Jumper cables.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you. All right, that was it though.
All right. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, be good.
All right, family.
All right, see y'all later.